Jake Guitar here again. Today's video, we're going to change the air filter on a car. This happens to be a 2014 Mazda CX5 2.5 liter, but the same technique applies to just about every car out there. Don't let the guy over at Jiffy Lube try to charge you $35 for an air filter. These things cost about $14 over at Pep Boys, and anyone can do it. Okay, first pop the hood. Raise the hood up and make sure you latch it safely. This is the filter we're going to use for this particular car. It's a Puralator A26280. Okay, so once the hood is up, what are you going to do? You have to identify exactly where the filter is, okay? The filter always sits in a plastic box, and the plastic box is rectangular in shape, and it connects to the engine through a line that looks something like this. That's the intake, and that goes to the intake manifold of the vehicle. So the trick is with this thing is there's normally a couple of clips, 2 or 3 clips that hold this cover on, and it's as simple as reaching your hand in there, finding the clips, and doing it with your fingers. No tools required 90% of the time. You're going to raise the cover up. Make sure you don't knock any wires off or anything, and you're going to pull the old filter out. Look inside the box, and sometimes you'll see some sand in there, some leaves. If you see some sand in there, I recommend getting your vacuum hose and just simply sucking out the sand, because you're never going to be able to get it with your fingertips. In this case, we had a couple of old leaves that somehow got in there, and they were at the bottom. I picked them up by hand. So this is comparing both the filters. You can see that one's nice and white like your teeth, and that one is like your grandmother's teeth, pretty much. Not too white, kind of dark. So in order to test or take a look at the filter to actually see if it needs to be changed, you simply look through it. What I like to do is take a light. If it's in the daytime, you can hold it up to the sunlight and just look through it. You should be able to see sunlight through it nice and easy. At night, you can simply take a flashlight or a light like I just did and hold it behind it, and you should see a nice bright glowing light behind it, which shows that the light's going through. If the light doesn't go through, then the filter is nice and clogged and needs to be changed. So you'll see the new filter will fit in just like that. The rubber side goes up generally. Make sure the new one goes in just like the way the old one came out. And once you get it in there, you're going to notice there are tabs on the top part of the bottom part of the box. And that's just so the top part can latch in to the bottom part. It's important that you take your time in doing this step, because if you don't get those little tabs into the holes, the lid will not fit properly, and you're going to get an air leak. Basically, the air will seep through along the edges, and you don't want that, because then that'll mean your engine is getting air that's not filtered. So take your time, like we're doing here. Sometimes you have to wiggle it around a little bit and get that lid into those tabs the correct way. Once you got them in, then you can reach to the other side and simply snap those little locks back into place. And it's, again, you should be able to do this with your hands. It shouldn't be that tight. Once the lid is down in position, it should be very easy to do that. Finally, you want to check any of these wire connections. They're just plugs, but make sure you didn't accidentally pull any of them apart. If you did, you're going to throw a check engine light, and you're going to have to go back under your hood and find which wires were disconnected. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. We enjoy making them over here, and please give us a thumbs up if it helped, and comments are appreciated, and have a nice day.